All right, welcome back to the show, and I just want to say up front that this really has nothing to do with the actual building of the house or anything like that, but I did tell you when I started this that I was going to share all the problems that I had, and that's what this video is. As I was clearing the brush of the video I put out a few days ago, my skid steer stopped working, and so I'm going to go ahead and take you through how I fixed that in case there's somebody out there that has the same machine and that has the same problem. And I'm pretty sure this is a pretty common problem on older machines, so let's just go ahead and jump into it. Alright guys, had a little trouble as I was cleaning up with the skid steer. I was working along and then all of a sudden the tilt and lift stopped working and the bucket is locked in this position. Luckily it was in a position that I could back all the way back up here where I could work on it. I think it's probably the lift tilt solenoid that's the problem, so I'm going to take you through how to replace that. I picked one up this morning. This is a 2008 Bobcat S250. It has hand controls and foot controls, so I'm pretty sure typically when that happens and the lift tilt won't disengage, that means your solenoid's bad. There's a broken wire and I'm getting a code, it's flashing, meaning there's an interruption in the circuit. So I'm guessing that's what it is, so we're going to go ahead and take you through how to replace that, and if that's not it, we'll go to the next step. So the first thing is right here, you got to lift your cab. There's two bolts, one on this side, you got to remove the nut on that, which I already did, and then there's one on this side. And so once you get that, then you can lift this whole thing up. Alright, so once you get that up, it actually has a lock on it, but I always take a 2x4 and wedge it in. Oh, that's the wrong one. No, here it is. I got it cut to length and I wedge it in right here as an added layer of protection, so when I'm down in here working, if I accidentally would hit that release, this whole thing can't come down and crush me. Alright guys, so you can see getting this flashing light here on the lift tilt. See that? Meaning that there is a fault in that circuit. So I press to operate. All these light up, seat bars down, that's fine, traction's good. But something's wrong in this circuit. So that's the error code I'm getting. Alright guys, so as you open this, here's all your hydraulic control right down here, at least on my model. And you'll see this pipe right here in the center, and you're going to go straight down, and down in there is the solenoid right there. And if you see there's two wires coming off, the wires could be broken or that solenoid could be bad. If I just looking at that, I can tell that thing's overheated at some point and melted. So I'm just going to unhook this. These wires, that pops off. There's a little plastic cap, 3/4 inch cap on there, which I just dropped down in there, which I won't need it because the new one's got it one. But then that whole piece can slide off. You might have to pry it. That's what this piece looks like right here. You can see that is in rough shape. What this is a magnet, and then there's a stem that goes in there, and I actually bought the stem too. Just I thought I might as well replace it while I got it out, but chances are this is the problem. This is the place where you want to start if you have this problem. There's the part number, at least for my machine. As long as you give a Bobcat dealer your serial number, they'll be able to get you the right part. So, got that off. I'm going to get that stem out of there, and then we'll get that new stem in there and put this new solenoid on there, and hopefully that solves our problem. Alright guys, so here's the new solenoid, and you can see it's in a lot better shape. Obviously that one I have in there is rough, so regardless if that ends up being my problem or not, this needs to be done. And then here's the stem, and if you're going to replace this, I would just replace the stem as well. This is anywhere from $60 to $80, and this is anywhere from, you know, $120 to $130. So I got both these for, like, I think it was 200 bucks. But that's the new stem that's going to go in there, and then this will go over that. And you can see there's two O-rings on here which are non-existent on mine. And what that does is it keeps the dust and stuff off of here, so this stays nice and clean. So when this is charged, that magnet works the way it's supposed to. So we're going to go ahead and get that stem out and get this one in. So there's going to be oil when I pull that other stem out. So I'll get it out, and then I'll try to get this one in fairly quickly. But I'm going to have to be really careful not to get this dirty and to get it in there square with the threads and not damage anything. So that's the stem. Turn it off the sun. That's the stem right there, which I got that broke loose. You can get a deep well socket on there if you have the right tools. And I got that loose, so I'm going to have to put the camera up here to the side, use two hands to get it out, and then quickly put the other one in there. And you're probably not going to be able to see. Alright, so here's the old one, but you can see it's kind of, the stem part out here is kind of rusted. So that means dirt and moisture has been getting past these O-rings. Inside doesn't look too bad. Filter doesn't look plugged or anything. But you never know what's going on in the inside of that either. So, in my opinion, it's worth the extra $120 just to replace it while you got it apart. Now that I got that out, the new one's in there, and I snugged it up. See the new, nice new shiny piece down in there. There's an O-ring that goes on before this and after it. So that's the tricky part, not dropping this when you put it in there. So get that on there. Get that right up there on that edge. So I got that one on there. Now I'll slide this on. And this will be the end that goes on first, and then that washer is what this little cap nut and O-ring slide onto. So I'm going to try to slide this on here while you guys can see. Hopefully I don't drop it, because that will not be good. Alright, I'm going to have to use two hands. When you push it on there, you'll kind of feel it kind of snap over that O-ring. Now I'm going to take this O-ring, put it over this little cap nut, like so. Then I'm going to screw that on, hopefully without dropping it, like I did the last one. And then that's a 3/4 inch nut that we'll have to snug up there. So I'll get my box end wrench and we'll snug that up, and then we'll plug it in. And then hopefully that solves the problem. Alright guys, I got that all back in there. You can see down in there. Just got a pigtail that clips in. The new one comes with it. So I've reconnected those wires. It's all in there the way it should be. So now it's the moment of truth. This is going to indicate how my day is probably going to go. And we're not getting the light, so that's good. Let's start it. And got all my lights. drop this back down, and I should be back in business. So that's what it was. It was this little solenoid. So if you got a machine, mine's a 2008 S250. Typically all their machines are going to have the same type of setup from that year. We're going to get the hood back down, get it all fastened in, and then go move some trees. Alright guys, we're going to start this up. Stay back. Alright guys, so when I pull my lap bar down, it'll indicate that that's down. I hit push to operate, and then these two lights should be on. So we're good to go now. This is going to work. My bucket's going to work. But before, this light here would just flash. So on my machine, that indicated that there was a fault in that circuit. Alright guys, well thanks for watching that video. Hopefully it's helpful to somebody out there that is having this same problem. It's always really frustrating when things break down and you have troubles, and I've had quite a bit of that lately, and I'll share that in some future videos. A lot of it wasn't my fault, but it's still costing me some time. And stay tuned for the next videos, and I will share all about the troubles that I've had. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.